Music History Edition. My name's John Dotero. I will be your host. Today is February 3rd, and let's get going. May they rest in peace. In 1959, shortly after takeoff, the plane carrying the 22-year-old Buddy Holly, 17-year-old Ritchie Valens, and the Big Bopper crashed. All aboard the plane were killed. They were traveling from Clear Lake, Iowa, to Fargo, North Dakota, for another continuance of their show, the Winter Dance Party Tour. But the Beechcraft Bonanza plane had problems. The only reason they were on the plane was because Buddy Holly's tour bus had heating problems. One-hit wonders, the Lemon Pipers were at number 1 on the U.S. Singles Music Chart in 1968 with the song Green Tambourine. The song has been credited as one of the first bubblegum pop chart toppers. The Beatles went to work in the studio on February 3rd, 1968 with their new single, Lady Madonna. They were at the Abbey Roads recording studio in London. The recording was taking place, and during the recording session they had 3 takes with 3 piano, drum, and an overdub bass, fuzz guitars, drums, and vocals. Led Zeppelin II was in the top chart on both the US and the UK album charts in 1970 when it peaked at number 1 on both of these charts. The album spent a total of 138 weeks on the UK chart and is now recognized by writers and music critics as one of the greatest and most influential rock albums ever recorded. In 1973, Elton John started a 3-week run at number 1 on the US Singles Music Chart with Crocodile Rock. This was Elton's first of 5 US number 1 singles. Blondie had their first of 5 UK music singles in 1979 with Heart of Glass. The song was taken from the band's 3rd studio album, Parallel Lines. Heart of Glass was originally recorded in 1975 under the name Once I Had a Love. Dire Straits was at number 1 on the US and UK album charts in 1986 with their 5th studio album, Brothers in Arms. It rode the number 1 spot for 10 weeks in the UK, 9 weeks in the US, and a surprising 34 weeks at number 1 on the Australian album chart. The album also went on to win 2 Grammy Awards in 1986, and in 1987 it won Best British Album at the Brit Awards. For the first time ever in 1990, the UK top 3 single featured non-British and non-American acts. Sinead O'Connor from Ireland, Kylie Minogue from Australia, and Technotronic from Belgium held the top 3 spots. Prince actually wrote the song Nothing Compares to You for Sinead, which became her first number 1 single. Country great George Strait has his soundtrack Pure Country hit double platinum in 1983. Keeping country, Shania Twain is at the top of the country Billboard chart in 1996 with the single If You're Not In It for Love, I'm Outta Here. An exclusive documentary on Michael Jackson was shown on UK television in 2003. The reporter Martin Bashir had spent 8 months with Jackson and told the people, viewers will not believe what they are seeing. Sean P. Diddy Combs settled a $3 million lawsuit in 2004 in a case filed by his former driver after an incident in 1999. Driver Wardell Fenderson had driven Combs and his then girlfriend Jennifer Lopez away from a New York nightclub where 3 people had been wounded in a shooting. Mr. Fenderson said he was traumatized by having guns in the car and being ordered to ignore police orders to stop. Mr. Fenderson was later arrested once the vehicle was stopped. UK singer Adele went to the number 1 spot on the UK album chart in 2008 with her debut album, 10. The album had gone on to sell over 7 million copies worldwide. Darius Rucker Gets Richer in 2009 as his single, Don't Think I Don't Think About It, goes gold. In 2010, AC/DC singer Brian Johnson joined a group of critics who were outraged when Boomtown Rats, Bob Geldof, and U2 singer Bono went publicly over their acts of charity work. They were saying the pair would stop, or they were saying the pair should stop lecturing audiences about charity work and instead do their good deeds in private. Johnson said, "When I was a working man, I didn't want to go down to some concert for some bastard to talk down to me, telling me that I should be thinking of some kid in Africa. I'm sorry, mate. Do it yourself. Spend some of your own money and get it done. It just makes me very angry." Bruce Springsteen was at the #1 on the U.S. music chart in 2014 with his 18th studio album, High Hopes. His 11th #1 album in the U.S., which placed him third all-time for most #1 albums, only behind the Beatles and Jay-Z. The album is a collection of cover songs and revised versions of tracks from past albums and tours. This Is How We Roll by Florida Georgia Line featuring Luke Bryant is played for the first time on radio in 2014 as it is released to the public by Public Nashville. And now, folks, it's time to say happy birthday to the people that brought us great music or had a hand in creating the music that we all love. Those people born today, February 3rd, are Johnny Guitar Watson, born in 1935. Johnny was an American blues guitarist and singer who had the 1976 number 35 single, I Need It. According to eyewitnesses, he collapsed during a mid-solo concert while on tour in Japan. His last words reported before he passed were, "Ain't that a bitch?" Angelo D'Aleo, born in 1940, Angelo was part of the band Dion and the Belmonts. They all had the 1961 U.S. #1 single, Run Around Sue. Dennis Edwards was born in 1943. Dennis was part of the group The Temptations. The band had the U.S. #1 single, Just My Imagination, and the reissued My Girl in 1992. Eric Haydock was born in 1943. Eric was a bassist for the band The Hollies. The Hollies had over 25 top 40 singles, and one of the top selling was the 1972 U.S. #2 single, Long Cool Woman in a Black Dress. They also had the hit, He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother. Dave Davies, born in 1947, Davies was the guitarist for the band The Kinks. The band had over 20 top 40 hits, including the single, You Really Got Me. Melanie Sofka, born in 1947. Melanie is a U.S. singer-songwriter who had the 1971 U.S. #1 Brand New Key. Arthur Killer Kane, born in 1949. Kane was the bass guitarist for the group the New York Dolls, who had the 1973 self-titled album New York Dolls. Lee Renaudel was born in 1956. Lee was a guitarist with the American alternative rock band Sonic Youth. The band had the 1993 single Sugar Cane. Tony Butler was born in 1957. Tony was a bassist with Big Country. The band had the single Fields of Fire. Butler went on to work with greats like The Pretenders, Pete Townshend, and Roger Daltrey. Lol Tolhurst, born in 1959. Tolhurst was the keyboardist for the band The Cure. The Cure had the 1989 U.S. #2 single, Love Song, and the 1992 UK #6 single, Friday, I'm in Love. Matraka Byrne, born in 1964. Matraka is a singer-songwriter. She penned Dina Carter's Strawberry Wines, along with many other country hits, including in these hits is Kenny Chesney's You and Tequila, Reba McEntire, The Last One to Know, and Wild Angels for Martina McBride. Nick Hawkins, born in 1965. Hawkins was the guitarist for Big Audio Dynamite, who had the 1986 single E = MC². Richie Kotzen, born in 1970. Richie is also known as Mr. Big. He had the 1992 US number 1 and UK number 3 single, To Be With You. He also went on to work with the band Poison. Jessica Harp is born in 1982. Jessica is an American songwriter and country artist who performed and recorded with Michelle Branch as the band The Wreckers. She started this after working as a vocalist in Branch's band. Sean Kingston, born in 1990, also known as K. Sean Anderson. He is a Jamaican-American reggae, rap, and pop musician who had the 2007 US number 1 single, Beautiful Girls. There you have it, folks. That's your music history. Today is February 3rd. I'm your host, John Dotero. Go out, make it a great day, enjoy your music, and as always, in the words of Casey Kasem, keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars. Thank you. Have a great day.